Dude, can you see everybody around like uncomfortable? You're talking loud. Jesus fucking Christ.
You're being a little insensitive. Voice modulation is a real disorder. Just imagine being at your high school prom and a little bit softer now and a little bit softer now. Welcome aboard Another Below Deck Podcast. Today we'll be covering Below Deck Peacock's Below Deck Down Under Season 1, Episode 5. I am Nick Davis, and I am your captain now. Dylan Randon is off in Argentina, but I am saddled up next to my co-host, Patrick, the Irish Bug Hickey.
Captain, permission to come aboard.
Permission granted.
Mm-hmm. You know, I already beat Dylan up for not showing up this week. So I'll spare the audience.
You actually asked the guests not to say anything about him leaving. You didn't really beat him up.
I didn't.
No.
Okay.
It was more groveling to the audience.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, I don't want to go over it again because it's fucking redundant. Dylan's not here, okay? I don't know what to tell you. So it's just Nikki and I, and we're going to give you a great show, and that's it. And hey, I would have called one of the Below Deck people, cast members, say, hey, you want to do panel? But you guys fucking ruined that last week with all your bickering and complaining about having Gabby on, so you ruined it. So now it's just Nikki and I, so you get what you deserve. But I think it's going to be wonderful.
I think Empty Space is better than a sea rat.
You think so?
Yeah.
Kate's always great.
Kate's great. Kate's not a sea rat. She's the queen of the sea, Kate Chastain. Any PSAs, even though this is Patreon, so it's for a very exclusive audience that would hear these PSAs.
I think the season's starting to get really good, so stick with us on this. And also, we got Ultimatum start firing up next week. And we're just going to have fun with that. And we got some surprises coming down the pike for you guys. So we'll see you well into April, May, June, July, August, September 2023, 2024, 2025. Stick it out.
Our network's official tagline for our coverage of Netflix's The Ultimatum is listen to it or else. Mm-hmm. Thoughts and knots, Pat, on episode 5 of Below Deck Down Under.
Lots of thoughts on this. I'm still a fan of Ryan. He's so enjoyable to watch. You know, Dylan had made a remark last episode that, Pat, the reason you like Ryan is because you and him are a lot alike. And I took issue with that, quite honestly.
And you, like you said, you like Ryan, but you really took issue on how he said it. I listened to it back. It made me a little uncomfortable as well.
That's why I don't listen to us, because it makes me angry.
The fights will bubble up again, and you'll be at home by yourself.
It's better to record, miss half of what someone's saying to you that's mean and cutting, and then just move on with your life. And also, I will address on PMZ this week. My two collaborators, Nick and Dylan, thought it would be fun last week in my absence to mock my show,
to
PMZ.
Honor your show, PMZ.
Yeah, I have yet to listen to it, but I will get to it this week, and I'll have a full review of your performances.
I love that idea, a full review of our performance at PMZ, and honestly, I think you're going to find that we honored the source material to a T. We took it very seriously. People loved it. Shout out to the little Nickies.
Yeah. Was one of the recommendations a video on fonts?
It was the documentary Helvetica. It's an hour and 40 minutes on iTunes.
I can't wait. All right, so the episode, though.
I actually want to address that. Some people were complaining because we watched the trailer and the audio version. There's no speaking in the trailer.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
It was genius. It was hilarious. It was cutting, biting satire. Uh-huh. And people thought we were idiots. And they're like, oh, man, we know what the fuck we're doing, all right? We listened to a minute 40 and didn't say anything. We just laughed occasionally. It was awesome. Yeah, go check that out. APS presents PMZ.
Okay, and then later this week, watch me rip them two apart.
Knots?
I haven't gotten to my thoughts.
Oh, yeah, you did.
No.
Well, you gave some. We are in the middle of
I just talked about APS and mocking PMZ. But back to the show Down Under. This episode was really fun. All right, Ryan, total prick. Still love him. We got these guests that are the major misstep of new money or fake money. Don't come on here and start bragging about your money and then being cunts, because we know you're trying to play an act that you think America thinks of rich people. I know rich people. The richest person I know in Los Angeles is a billionaire. His name is Mike. He's one of those finance guys. He drives a pickup truck, and he wears jeans and sandals. They don't have to brag when you buy everything. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I love those guests because they're very obnoxious, and yeah, this is fun. I also enjoyed the fight between Jamie and Tumi. Really good time. I'm gonna give it 75 nods.
Man, you're so optimistic tonight. I love your enthusiasm for Below Deck, the entire franchise. Or what would you call it? The franchises or the individuals? The entire I don't know.
Yeah, the property.
Yeah. I love that you're loving it. I agree. This is a great episode. It was fun that we started out with a night out to really put some cracks in. Usually we get that at the end with a nothing cliffhanger. They went the opposite. That was a fun switch. I agree on these new money people. Just crack.
Probably getting what I'm getting.
It was my first claw of the evening, actually. The surf, watermelon, lime smash. I'm not enjoying it, and it's fucking up my throat. Yeah. What do you think about it? Yeah, too much.
Too sweet.
Yeah, there's too much.
I was going to try and do something fun for the show and get us a different version of the claw, while we're waiting for them to, onboard them as advertisers. And I got to tell you guys, this is an inferior product to your original White Claw. I'd never do this again.
Hey, White Claw, kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
You got your awesome flavors. Just leave it. Anyways, I agree. The new money, even the help is pointing out that you're being a little tacky. There's something Tumi pointed out. It's like that's embarrassing. You dial it back. But some other fun stuff that we're going to do. I can't remember it specifically, but I do have pretty good notes. I actually underrated them. I'm also going to say, what'd you give it?
75.
I'm going to say 75 knots as well.
Wow. That's the first time that's ever happened.
That's crazy. It's like, did you know if there's like 30 people in a room, like statistically someone has the same birthday? It's a really weird math thing. Have you ever heard that? So we return aboard Mega Yacht Thalassa off the coast of Airlie Beach, Australia, as our honorable Captain Jason admonishes his crew for having their head up their asses during the last charter.
I fucking love this. Hot Captain Jason. He lets the deck crew have it. And he lets Jamie know he needs to be more stern with his attitude towards his subordinates. So the next time Benny tells him that he doesn't like authority or like to listen to direction, little Benny should be locked into the anchor dungeon until he screams for Mama. Oh, wait, she's dead. You know how I know that?
Because he tells us every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes. We know, Benny. They're gone.
And then Captain Jason, after that necessary pep talk, leaves to let his bosun kind of lead his staff. But Jamie doesn't offer any solutions. He just really almost word for word reiterates what the captain just says. We got to pull our heads out of our asses. We're going slow. Make a plan, Jamie. This was poor bosuning.
And then there was one little moment where he did turn to Benny and he said, Benny, enough with the parents. Okay.
That is one gold star for leadership in that respect. Shut up, Benny. We get it. And tell us how they died. I mean, is it a freak accident? Is it a heart attack? COVID? What do we got?
Come on, man.
Give it
Come
up.
on, man.
As I said, we start the episode with the Sea Rats getting lubed up and about to have a night out.
It's midnight somewhere, dude. Where are the margaritas?
Yes, it's a true blessing, something we don't get often, the night out to start the episode. It'll elicit some cracks in the foundation of the team that we will see permeate throughout the rest of the episode. Ryan gives some foreshadowing to this as they cheers in the galley. Did you catch it?
I did.
He said, cheers to Ryan being the drunk guy, already knowing he's about to head off a cliff.
Well, he was going to tie one on because, he's been burning the midnight oil or whatever, how it said.
By burning the midnight oil, you mean a hard out at 6:30.
Yeah, exactly. I've often thought it's a really bad idea to, they're sea rats and all, but to get wasted the night before a paying charter will occur, cheap tequila and cigs oozing through your sea rat pores while you serve champagne on the deck. Not a good look.
I think it's a perfect strategy for so your entire kind of work thing, it's non-traditional. It's not 9 to 5 consistent. It's basically a 3-day sprint of hard work. And once you get through that, you get a big payday, all worth it. So the night before that, get as fucked up as possible to really hamstring yourself. I think that's the way to go. You're an idiot. You'd never make it in the water. Before the night out, the helmet once again gets given out by Captain Jason. I love this, but he takes it way too seriously. Make a joke about it.
Yeah.
How about Benny? He flooded the boat with shit. I think that would have been a funny bit. Give it to him a second time in a row. Instead, he's like, no, Bertini, you're doing bad at your job.
Yeah, well, he has to be an equal opportunist hazer because Britt will, I'm going to call that helmet the Fonzie helmet because it looks like you never know where we got the term jumping the shark.
Yeah.
It's from Happy Days when the episodes got so bad and the writing so poor. They actually had an episode where Fonzie might lose his life doing skidoo, or what do you call that? Water skiing over a great white shark, jumping the shark. He was wearing that helmet, so I'm going to call that the Fonzie helmet. Britt takes the blatant act of mental abuse in stride. I'd like to talk to Captain Jason's fraternity buddies because I think a few kids never saw their first class after rush week if they got mixed up with old hazing Captain Jason.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
alcohol poisoning is a real thing.
And severe wounds from plungers up the rectum can really cause some problems. I mean, there's been many accounts of frat guys getting arrested for sodomy that led to some pretty irreversible damage. I've talked often about how my sisters got their class was basically the ones that got hazing shut down at La Crosse Aquinas after they took some kid up to the Granddad's Bluff, what a classic TV name for a meeting spot. They tied him to a flagpole in his whitey-tighty underwear and taped him there and put quarters on his forehead. So if he ever escaped, he could call home from the payphone.
He never escaped.
No, I think that little shit did. He was pretty wiry. He was pretty wiry. He got home and people woke up at 3 a.m. It was a big deal. It was a big deal.
Those are our corporate elite now.
Yeah, for real. Catholic school, but probably doctors and stuff in my hometown. Van rides.
Wow.
Culver, the Labrador he makes a joke about Tumi being the only one that knows about the other mullets. Little does he know, she told everyone about what you've done.
100%. And what's disgusting here is that she weighs Tumi whether or not she's going to be Sammy the Bull or keep her mouth shut. Once you've alerted 3 of your coworkers to what took place, you're already Sammy the Bull, you fucking rat.
Yeah, fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh boy, I highly recommend that doc. I forget what the one I recommended. There's a couple of them.
Hey, you $5 cheapos, upgrade to the $10 tier. Get arguably the best show on the network, PMZ, where Pat reviews docs.
Thank you.
Like the Tekashi doc. What else happened to the van ride? Oh yeah. The second they get out of the van, the C/pizza rat really starts pouring out of Ryan even more than it has before, and he once again foreshadows some stuff to come at dinner, where he is suffering from voice immodulation, like Will Ferrell in Saturday Night Live. He can't control the volume of his voice.
You caught that. Well, actually, they said that too. I have to tell you this. I don't mind an obnoxious drunk when I go out with friends. I don't mind someone.
That's why we're still friends.
Right. Want to know why? You're not a loud talker. I hate loud talkers. I got a friend who talks loud, and I'm always it's always uncomfortable to tell him, Glenn, you're talking so fucking loud. Oh, did I let the cat out of the bag? Glenn, have you been around Glenn? I'll be sitting there, and he'll be talking to you or Dylan or someone, and he just starts doing like. My wife, she's caught him doing. She's like, "Oh, that's like a dad thing." Like, dude, can you see everybody around like uncomfortable? You're talking loud. Jesus fucking Christ!
You're being a little insensitive. Voice immodulation is a real disorder. Just imagine being at your high school prom, and a little bit softer now, and a little bit softer now, and a little bit soft. That's Will Ferrell in Saturday Night Live. He had voice immodulation. Hilarious. Dinner. He is too drunk. He starts to make a fool of himself, and then he pulls his parachute. My dad died.
He diffuses the dust up by announcing his dad cashed out on 9/11, 2009, which I'd argue is still confusing why he needs to throw in the day and month. Why not throw in the time of death if you're going to be that detailed? Oh, my dad died on 9/11 at 4:30 in the morning. Nick, ask me when my dad cashed out.
When did your dad die, Pat?
2013.
I need a date, Pat.
No,
I need a date.
No, you don't.
Well, that's sad though. Also,
That's all right. Tumi?
I got good notes, but I don't remember anything that happened.
I can tell you. Tumi finds comfort in this because her dad was kidnapped and murdered. No shit, Tumi. You work on a boat. Of course, something horrific happened to both your parents.
But also, congratulations on one of the greatest one-upmanships of all time. Oh, Ryan, your dad died of a heart attack in 2009? My dad was assassinated. He was one of the few people from my hometown. He started his own pharmaceutical. He was Heights. He was an executive, and they shot him. They held him at gunpoint. I've heard a lot of people like in Silicon Valley tech. They're always trying to like guess where like the next hit place to go and like what's going to rise up next. Mm-hmm. And basically everything in the States is kind of like it's done. They've gentrified Denver. Omaha is like popping off. Yep. Third world countries is where people want to go now.
Oh, yeah.
But you're going to get assassinated and held up and kidnapped.
You might.
But there's some cheap real estate. You can be cock of the walk there.
You're worth more alive, Nikki.
It's true.
Worth more alive. What was I going to say? Once again, and I hate to make light of sea rats. Isn't it crazy just the consistency of the stories with these people on these boats? Like that work on these boats. It's always something horrific. It's never... Culver, that's why he does not belong on this boat. And I've been such an opponent to him being allowed on this boat. Both your parents are alive. You don't get to be here, dude. Okay?
Maybe there's something dark in his maybe his dad molested him or something.
That's fair.
And they could be like the type of prim and proper East Coast family. Just sweep that under the rug and you go out there and you can't be in Maryland anymore if you're going to rat. That's dark.
We might cut that out. I don't know.
I'm not going to. It's Patreon. I hope. Oh, who was the other one who had a drive-by? It was you brought it up last.
Yeah, it was a blonde-haired girl that got picked up by one of the meatheads from like 3 seasons ago. Said, "Please put me down. Please put me down. Please put me down." Her sister got that bullet. That
Maddie.
That car. That car definitely was totaled after that gunfight,
Too many drive-bys already.
Sea rats.
We would have made it as sea rats if we didn't find our path.
You and I. Definitely not Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan would have been one of the snobs on the boat that we'd want to
Dylan would have been Parker.
Yeah.
I might cut that out. I'm afraid of him. Magnum.
Maggie.
No, Magnum.
Oh, Magnum.
I have a TripAdvisor review.
Oh,
are we done with dinner?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so Tumi one-upped him. Everybody hates Ryan. Van rides to Magnum. Everybody makes fun of Ryan. And then we arrive at Magnum, which I have a TripAdvisor review for.
Well, you set that up. We still do have a full day of work the next day, but why not? We're sea rats. Let's turn up. Wow.
And turn up they do at Magnum, which I have a TripAdvisor review for. No, I don't actually. I looked it up. 47 reviews, places 4.5, not a single 1-circle or 2-circle review. Everything on there just glowed about Liam and Liz, the couple that owns the bar. They've got quite the happening place. Generous pours, great nightlife, great DJing. Magnum seems like the place to go if you ever find yourself amongst these sea rat-esque bars. It's number 1 out of 5 for nightlife in San Miguel de Obana. That's the thing about these bars. They're all just these watering holes, essentially these mating trees for these sea rats on their nights off.
And tourists.
Yeah, I would love to go visit one.
Maybe we will someday. We'll bonus ourselves when we hit 1 million.
So yeah, I think we pay like $400 and go charter Wes's boat.
Let's do it, dude.
That would be fun.
All right.
Sounds cheap as shit. We know people now.
Back to
Magnum. Ryan's wasted and Magnus teasing him so she could get more locks.
She twerks, and then Sammy the bull of the sea decides to spill her sea rat guts to Jamie.
I can't believe this is still sticking in her craw as much as it is. She has to talk about the mullets and the hot tub and the improvement of the tip that she got because of Culver whoring out his body.
I am so glad Jamie takes the stance. Like, look, if a guest asks you to blow them and it's within reason, you start fucking. It's 5-star service, girlfriend.
Do you want 20 grand for a tip, or do you want 20 grand for a tip? We already got our Aussie conversion that's fucking us.
Ridiculous.
Back of the boat. Captain Jason is putting on a mullet to show all the female subordinates how fun he can be. Hanging out, just holding court with Culver.
Cameras aren't there. He's up with 2 girls in his bunk.
Yeah.
100%. Also, let's see here. We have Mag, I want to say. She's kind of flirting with Ryan a little bit. Still, I think that, well, I'm sorry, the Latina. Yeah, I think they're kind of flirting. And then I also noticed that Tumi gives a little side eye to that little situation. Tumi's a little judgmental.
We should have noticed this, but she was the one that ratted out Magda when she was twerking on Jamie in the hot tub for having a girlfriend.
She did that? Oh, my God.
I thought she was so fun. She really passionate for the tablescaping. No, she's a rat and a narc, just like Malia. You need to watch out for Tumi.
Tumi, you do this one more time, I will start calling you Sammy the Bull.
That would be strike 3, Sammy the Bull.
Are we going to get to the hot tub with Tumi and Jamie? Because she goes back. This is disgusting. What are you trying to accomplish here? I already said buzz off, rat.
Yes, we are in the hot tub. Who brought... why are they keep talking about this? You guys should be ball of snakes in that hot tub right now.
She's attracted to Jamie, and Jamie said, there's no one I want to fuck here.
Yeah.
If it's not the Polish girl that's a Latina, I don't want, there'll be no fucking. They discuss the inappropriate behavior of Culver again and agree to disagree, but Tumi does concede that if Captain Jason was down, she'd fuck him.
Yes.
That was refreshing.
That was nice, but still the escalation of the fight, and it got real serious. No, you listen to me. You listen to me. I'll go back to my country. You go back to your country.
So stupid.
It got
drunk fighting.
Yeah, drunk fighting. But then the next morning, Jamie is the one that he feels the need to apologize to Tumi. I didn't really feel like he was the instigator in the situation.
Well, he might have gotten a little too drunk and forgotten what he'd said. Things did get heating, and if he's a gentleman, you always, because she had said that she was well, she wanted to quit. I think she said at some point because he was yelling at her.
She almost went back. She'll go back to her country.
Yeah,
that was English. But I skipped ahead a little bit. Aisha has a little interior crew meeting, and she's going to switch up the roles because Magda has the laundry room an absolute pigsty. Mm-hmm. She says she's doing it under the guise of getting Magda some experience on service, but it's because the laundry room's a pigsty.
Yeah, and Mag says she's happy to do service because she'll be able. She'll do service because she's not able to talk on the phone with the guy that she's definitely not cheating on, or at the very least emotionally. Yeah.
I love how committed she became to her boyfriend once she realized there was no one at her level on this boat. Mm-hmm. Despite her level really being a facade. I don't know. I
really don't find her attractive. I mean, she's got a nice body. My wife said that to me last night. She's got a nice body. I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I
seen her face.
It happens to me every season. We've discussed it. It's the first day thing. We're always like, oh, this is the hottest cast ever. Yeah. You know these people for 3 days. Their personalities are uglier than them, and it takes them down a couple notches.
Yeah.
And I'm not as smitten with Magda as I once was, or I don't know, say Ashley. She is really, really fighting against that gift that God gave her, that pretty privilege. But still impervious. I would absolutely bang her. If,
good. That's, it's your moment to shine, Nick.
Oh, yeah. The preference sheet meeting. Dun, 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 dun. The primary, Kareem Garby. Location, Warahunga. North South Wales, or what is NSW? It's something
North South Wales.
NSW, is that what that is?
Has to be.
New South Wales is what this guy's name is. No, Kareem Garby from Warringah, New South Wales, is our primary. He's a founder of a top-tier global concierge company and has silver service down to a fine art. A self-described control freak, his obsession with perfection has been known to give his employees a pain in the stomach. I don't think they said stomach. He plans to keep the crew on their toes 24/7. Wow, coming with an agenda. He's worse than Simple Chuck. You can tell it already. Joining Kareem on the charter will be his friend and client Dilek, who he's most likely fucking, a successful marketing guru, and the firecracker of the party,
Eunice?
cryptocurrency specialist Eunice, who met Kareem on a spiritual retreat where they most likely fucked, and Eunice's partner Assad, a jet-setting trader who runs a boutique investment firm who definitely fucks Assad. Also along for the ride are Kareem's friend of 15 years and founder of a successful bike rental enterprise, Matthew, and his partner, fintech specialist, financial technologies, Yelena. No strangers to extravagance. In between whining and dining, this group of international travelers are expecting a scuba diving lesson, a beach picnic, and would like the crew to help them produce their own nautical chic music video. And they want fish a bunch and stuff. And that concludes the preference sheet meeting.
You know, I hate to be a cynical, judgy McJudgester asshole. I bet if we combined everybody that is a charter guest, their actual net worth, it's less than $1 million between those 5-6 fools. I think they're lying and padding their resume. All of that reeks of us trying to move ourselves up on another level. Just the descriptions of their companies. One guy, it sounds like he owns a bike shop.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here with that. Concierge service?
There was a lot of fluff there. Concierge service is like, I'm going to get underpaid to like acquiesce to the every wish of a rich person in hopes to then befriend them and move up a social ladder. It's actually quite diabolical. If you're starting from nothing, it's a little bit White Tiger by Erevan Derdiga. It's smart. You can siphon from those richer than you if you can get
That was a book
them.
before it was a Netflix movie?
White Tiger by Erevan. Yeah, I read it like 12 years ago. It made me. Anytime a book I read gets turned into a film, I know people are always like, "Oh, I read the book first," but if it gets turned in after, then I feel really smart. It's a great book. I haven't even seen it. Is the Netflix film good? The Indian guy, he's trying to rise up the cast, and then he gets framed for drunk driving by his.
Yeah, they ask him, "Hey, can you take the fall for this, buddy?"
Yeah. Genius. It's crazy. That's how it is there. People say it's very accurate. And that concludes the preference sheet meeting. Prepping for charter. That's when Jamie apologizes to Tumi, and then the guests arrive at the Glass Smashers.
Now, 1 second before the guests arrive, because there was one detail. There's something that comes along with this little shift changing here between Tumi and Mag, which is that Mag has no actual job. What would you say? She doesn't know how to make drinks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Talent, knowledge, skill.
We learn an employee on this boat who will be tasked with making drinks for paying customers has no clue what a muddle is.
We harken back to... God, I can't remember which one it was, but she was some stew and she didn't know how to make a spicy margarita.
Nick, let's play a little improv game here. Okay. I'm a dog walker.
Okay.
I'm Pat. I'm the dog walker. You're going to be a customer that has a dog that's going to pay me to walk the dog.
Finally, we're unfettered by that neggy word.
Pain in the ass over there.
We're going to kill this. What am I again?
You're a paying customer that you're going to hire my company to walk a dog.
Okay.
Your dog. Okay.
What kind of dog do I have?
A golden retriever. So all you need to say is, "Hey, Pat, when you walk my dog today, what length leash will you be using?"
Okay.
Here, I'm Pat, the dog walker.
All right, let me get a character. All right. I don't have Chewy. I have a golden lab. I got a golden retriever. Golden retriever. All right. Hey, Pat, when you take old shit stain over here out for the walk, what length leash are you going to be using for shit stain?
What's a leash?
I don't know if I'm going to be investing in your services. It's basically one of the only tools you're going to be needing to take care of old shit stain here.
You can't make drinks for paying customers if you don't know what a mullet is. Is my point.
No,
you have to.
A muddle.
A muddle, sorry. A mullet. A muddle. I'm not making drinks for anybody.
Yeah.
A muddle. Paying customers. Jesus fucking Christ.
I love that on her last boat, Magda was a quote-unquote personal trainer. I think she might have taken that proposition that Gabby was offered on her last boat, and that might have been what
This is why I have to listen to both shows.
Yeah, that one's real inside because it's so mean. I essentially called her a prostitute. I don't think she is. She just aged out of paying to be a model. Yeah, so glass smashes when the guests arrive. Real good start. I'm sure that's going to help the concierge not be a dick. The guests immediately complained about the decor to live up to their preference sheet. They are going to be a huge pain in the ass.
Oh, dude, my wife said this because she hates decor of some hotel rooms. And every once in a while, she doesn't call anybody up to move anything. She just opens up that fucking drawer where they normally keep the Bible, and she'll just put something in there and just close it. So I kind of like this.
I think that's the way you do handle that because honestly, most people who are charting a mega yacht like this, you have the opportunity to look at it. You could probably take a virtual tour.
Oh, great point.
You could see what you're about to do, except you're actually poor and you got a giant discount to be on this mega yacht, so then you could be on TV. And that's why you were surprised that there were little angel dwarfs and a weird wooden elephant that I actually really liked, and I bet it's pretty expensive and hard to carve.
I will say the fake flowers were pretty tacky.
Oh, yeah.
He did have a point with that.
Fake flowers? You get provisions come on the boat every fucking time.
Put some fresh flowers in there.
That definitely seems minimum. Fresh flowers are pretty gross. I, unfortunately, kill all plants. I can't keep them alive, but I love greenery in an apartment or flowers.
My wife thinks I'm nuts. On Fridays, I go and get fresh flowers, and we have a couple different pots in our little back. If you ever notice, I put the little flowers out sometimes.
Yeah.
That's me.
She thinks that's crazy.
Yeah.
I love that in a house, and I feel like it gives you oxygen, and it keeps you. It's like being in a casino.
It's pretty. It's living.
It is. It's like just as important as vitamin D. Where are we?
Lunch is prepped.
Oh, lunch is prepped. It looks delicious. Barramundi steamed in parchment with fresh tomatoes and shaved fennel. As Ryan said, and I agree, a classic presentational way to cook fish. The woman who said she likes fish said she's not going to eat it because she doesn't like the way it smells.
Something fishy. Also, the name of the episode.
I will give, and this is going to infuriate Dylan, but I mean, the presentation of that barramundi, some may say Ryan's doing the bare minimum. I'm saying he's doing the barramundi 100 knots.
Yeah. I've never seen that prepared that way before. I thought it was pretty cool.
And I just want to read this. No, it's not going to work. I was going to try to find a reviewer real fast and steal their words to describe Ryan's food, but let's move on. Bertini learns the hand anchor, and she thinks Jamie's a cool bosun because he's telling her what to do. She's pretty desperate and wants to give it up. The guests want salad because they don't like fish. What's going on here?
Well, it's Eunice mainly. So Eunice says, I don't like this. This smells too fishy for me. It's overwhelming. And then Kareem tasks Kermit with finding out what the fuck's going on with Eunice. Or you could just ask Kermit to serve drinks. She's not a dietitian or anything. Hey, Eunice, honey, what don't you like about it? What can we do for you? That was so stupid and also just inappropriate. Ask your friend what she doesn't want. And then you got a full-on chef there. Just say, hey, make her a fucking salad. Minutes later, we do learn something about Britt. Is it okay if I jump here?
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys ready to be shocked? Britt was raised by a single mother because her dad didn't want anything to do with her. Once again, we know.
It's C-Rat Sad Libs. My
Jesus
ex died,
Christ.
so my ex raised me, and I had to X, and X was assassinated.
I've often said, and from new listeners, if a couple stayed together and there were no divorces, these boats would just be floating. Even though they had motors, they'd run out of gas. They'd just be banging against docks because there'd be no crew.
They'd be rich people starving tinking their glass for service.
No one to work. It'd just be mega yachts just floating,
Great movie. It's like the I Am Legend. If there were
That's what it would look like.
If there were no deadbeat dads on maritime law, it'd be I Am Legend. Culver would still be there. He's the dog in I Am Legend. Mm-hmm. Dinner planning. Ryan says he's just going to cook. No real theme needed. He's just freestyle it.
He also notes the one that visits the galley is always a bitch.
Which, as much as we shit talk we say about Ryan, I bet that's an accurate assessment.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of my galley. Some water sports happen. Oh, they plan on doing some water sports, then dinner, where Ryan has now decided he's going to do all fish. Yeah. After fish was a big problem.
Are you kidding me?
Aisha has now taken... There was complaints last episode from us about Aisha being not, demonstrative enough chief stew, not controlling Ryan. I didn't really say anything. I think she's doing as whatever she can. Anything she says, he comes back with like objective, like the opposite snarky answers. She's trying to say to him, that's not how you do it on a super yacht. You got to be flexible. At this point, she has just taken, I'm going to let this guy drown. We'll get a new chef in here.
Well, it might be that, or she's kind of taking a cue from my book, which would be, all right, Ryan, it's worked out so far. We'll do it your way until it doesn't, and then we're going to do it my way. How's that sound?
Because I think she knows she's going to drown. It's essentially the same thing. Let him do his thing. Let baby have his bottle, and we'll see how it goes. It's not going to turn out well. She knows that, and she's excited for that to happen. And then we get to the water sports and the snorkeling.
Those beautiful fish.
The snorkeling is the Down Under's version of the sailing. Mm-hmm. It's 45 seconds of time killer at some point in the episode. It's beautiful.
Quite a difference, though. That it doesn't kill anybody.
Yeah, and it's not like grating glass smashing. Instead, it's peaceful. I mean, you must know all about these. Do you see fish and you're like, oh, that's a whatever, that's a whatever?
Actually, watching these scenes of these fish in their natural habitats make me feel so bad when I see them in tanks trapped and their life expectancy diminished by 10 times. It's so sad.
But you need a renovation. You need a renovation. So let's get stuck.
Well, actually, I don't do. I boycotted saltwater. My business won't do saltwater anymore.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. Do you have that on like the marketing? Is that like even a?
I don't. It's just what happens is actually
a personal thing.
Actually, I'm trying to help people. Boy, this is a little Patty being honest here. If you guys are interested, I work in. You watch the show Tanked on whatever. That's a little side hustle I have.
Show Tanked?
Yeah, where they build tanks. I know those assholes. They're out of Vegas.
And you haven't been on it? How do you get on that?
I could be on it in like 10 seconds. They used to call me and ask me like production stuff, like about like whatever, because these idiots didn't know what they were talking about. They only knew how to build tanks. I almost went on a show called Pond Stars about ponds. I was like, I don't want to do that.
It'd be so fun. Now it's just content. Now you have to do stuff for our show.
All right.
Will you go on fucking Tank?
All right, maybe
I'm gonna get it in Dylan's ear. We're not gonna let it.
All right, but a little detail here. So these I don't do saltwater anymore, but I don't say that I don't do that. And when I show up to a house and they're like, hey, we want to do a 600-gallon whatever saltwater tank, I tell them the same story. I scare the shit out of them about them all dying, and I always talk them into doing some kind of fun freshwater thing.
Smart. Okay, interesting. Mm-hmm. I was thinking you could lead into it and be like, we're the ethical aquatic fillers, and we don't do saltwater. But instead, you're like, I'm not going to tell them that, and then just push them into something else. Diabolical, Pat. Truly diabolical.
I've saved a lot of fish.
They just can't live in there. I have always loved the idea of a saltwater tank. Can you get beautiful freshwater fish that have those vibrant
They've
colors?
Genetically mutated freshwater fish to look like
that's
saltwater
even more
fish. They've
comforting.
taken the DNA out of jellyfish, and so they bring the color in. Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow, this is so fascinating. Mm-hmm. I would hear about this on APS all day. Mm-hmm. It's not the kind of stuff we talk about. Where are we?
Guest return.
Guest return. Oh, this is when we find out Magda was a quote-unquote personal trainer.
/ model / Latina that lives in Poland.
She is excited and eager to learn how to pour a drink. Mm-hmm. Jason and Benny are starting to develop a beautiful friendship. Even earlier when they were up late at night after Jason took off the mullet. It reminded you of some scene where like an angsty teen's got a stepdad and he's up late 3 a.m. playing video games. And the dad comes out. He's like, son, what are you still doing up? And they finally have their first bonding moment.
Oh, yeah.
He's really taking him under his wing after splashing him and giving him swirlies and
Hazing
stuff
him,
in his lockers.
Yeah, with Jamie, when Benny is ordered into the anchor dungeon, and despite his fears, he knows it's something he needs to do to move forward. It was very much like the Indiana Jones film, The Last Crusade, when Indiana Jones stepped on the invisible bridge. He trusted that it would be there. It was just like that.
And it was there.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He threw a little sand over it.
We had all those movies on VHS, and I feel like I saw them when I was really young, but I barely remember them.
The first one's amazing, Raiders of the Lost Ark. The Temple of Doom, and oh, my God, the fourth one, it's an atrocity.
Which one is the one with the Ark of the Covenant?
Oh, that's the first one, Raiders of...
Okay. The Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Oh,
that one's good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
Tuk, right? Or no?
Tuk,
is that kid?
No, he's Round Eye.
Oh, Round Eye.
Yeah, that really worked today.
Yeah, that's a great PMZ.
Come on, Indy. Come on, short run? No, wait. I'm
Round Eye.
Is it Round Eye or short?
Short round.
Short round, that's it.
Is it?
I think it's short round.
I don't know.
Crazy
stuff. Dinner,
Casino Royale theme.
Tumi helps Magda with the decorations because it's her passion, and Magda is incompetent. But she also shows another side of her. She's like, I'll fucking leave you lying there bleeding if I don't like you, which is good to see. Nice killer instinct. Dinner, cured fish that's sold as raw fish. 4 of the guests don't eat raw fish. Ryan comes up, said it's not raw fish, it's cured fish. They're like, we want fully cooked fish.
That's pretty much it. I did like how Captain Jason's like, well, why don't you go talk to them, mate, and sell your bag of bullshit?
That was a great note for me. We often make fun of Captain Timeshare for being in the galley. This is one time we saw Captain Jason in the galley, and Aisha would have been helpless. Ryan would have been like, fuck them. Go tell them what they're going to eat.
Tell them it's cured.
And then Jason was like, how about you just go talk to them and settle them down because no one's going to be mean to the chef. You can just talk to them.
Yeah. I thought it was a fun episode.
I thought it was a fun episode, too. We learned a little bit about Pat's business.
Which I mean the episode that we just recapped. But our episode was great.
Both episodes were fun. Any other things you want to get out of the way?
I think that's it. Dylan will be back next week, so stop your whining. You know, I always get insecure a little bit when one of you guys isn't here. I'm like, what? Or when I'm not here, I'm like, God, I hope they tell Nikki and Dylan how much they miss little Patty.
Oh, you shouldn't read the comments then. It's complete opposite. No, everybody's like, we miss you, but you guys did good. Which is that's what you want to hear. Yeah, that's what you want to hear.
We're a team, though. We're a threesome.
Yeah, check out the Ultimatum, Below Deck, Sailing, Heating Up. Subscribe to the YouTubes. Pat, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bon voyage. For Dylan, I'm saying goodbye. Goodbye.
Later, dudes.